Hey, what's going on? It's KLA Cloud the Wanderer, and I'm here with Ash Lambrecht, if I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, yeah. She's a NPC OCB wellness competitor, and she's here to tell how she got into fitness and bodybuilding. And thank you for hopping on. And yeah, like you used to be a marathon runner.
I did. So I actually started my athletic journey running. My parents were avid runners, and my mom was actually a Boston qualifier. So to spend more time with them, I figured I'll take up running. How hard could it be? And it was horrible. I can say my marathon was one and done. I don't think I'll ever do, but I decided I needed to stay in the athletic industry. I just needed something a little more low impact on my knees, and that's kind of what pushed me into bodybuilding.
Oh, yeah. I try to do the running. I didn't never done marathons or anything like that, but just to keep in shape. And like the park where I'm at, I see a lot of people participate, in marathon races and yeah. So I mean it's not for everybody and I understand that. So yeah.
Yeah, it
What
was
what made you want not I'm sorry, go ahead.
it was definitely a one and done. No more marathons.
What made it so hard? Like the task you had to do? No, I
It
was asking. Oh,
Oh, the marathon running, I think for me actually the hardest part was getting bored. It sounds really weird to say, but after like
mm,
19, I was just bored with running. I'm like, okay, we've been running for a few hours and we still have like 7 more miles to go. And I was just underwhelmed by mile 19, which it sounds really weird to say. Of course, you're physically exhausted, but the mental exhaustion of just, I'm bored kind of sets in.
yeah, I get it. I get it. And you're in Oregon,
I'm in Idaho, actually. So I live,
Idaho. Oh, okay, oh, Idaho. You competed in Oregon. Yeah, that's yeah. That I'm mixing it up because I'm sorry about that. I'm mixing it up. My bad. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I originally came from the Walla Walla Reservation in Oregon. So my
No,
family
okay.
moved to Meridian, Idaho, but we go back frequently.
Oh, okay. So what was like how did you what inspired you to do bodybuilding? You just wanted to try it out?
I think at a young age, we all see these beautiful women standing on stage looking like glazed donuts in sparkling bikinis, and you think, wow, like I really admire that. I really want to try that. And running wasn't working out for me. I wasn't passionate about it. My heart wasn't in it. And so I thought, I think it's time. I'm going to just take a stab at this and we'll see how it goes. And I ended up falling in love with the lifestyle, with the discipline, with the structure, all of it. It just really clicked with my personality.
Okay. And you started your first competition what 2 years ago, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
My
All right. All right. And that was the MPC Oregon okay National Championships. Wow, so you was near a pro, right?
Yes, they actually had a pro division not far from us, but this was my true novice show, meaning my first show. So I just wanted
Yeah.
in the water and see how it went, and I ended up falling in love with it.
Yeah. What place they had you in?
So the first class I competed in, I placed third, and then I opened up, was in the open, and I placed fifth in the open overall.
Okay. Yeah. And so when then you went to the OCB and what made you wanted to do the OCB?
I really was passionate about being a natural athlete. Like I'm so natural, I don't even use aluminum deodorant. Like I'm trying so hard to keep my body away from anything artificial. And the OCB is very, very strict on that, very passionate about that. And when I saw that they had a show in Salt Lake, I was like, like I had the NPC experience, let's try the OCB experience and we'll see how they differ. And there were definitely pros and cons to each show in each industry. But I had a phenomenal time at both. Bodybuilding is a sport that you get out of it what you put into it. So I, even though I didn't win overall, I still feel like I won.
Okay, okay. And what place do you had they had you in? I'm sorry if I missed that.
Oh, that's okay. The OCB in Salt Lake, I placed second.
Oh, second. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, so when did you became a? So you. Oh, okay. You won the Salt Lake the Salt Lake Natural. Oh, that was the show that you was in. Oh, okay. You just got like yeah. I thought you was a pro. I didn't. Yeah, you know.
Sorry,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
no problem.
I seen the little medals and stuff. I was like, okay, she probably won, but you got you won like second place, but I get it. I get it. It's kind of it's bodybuilding. It's kind of very different. It's for like the average person to almost kind of grasp what's going on in the competitions. It took me a while to just understand a bit, entirely. I'm still struggle a little bit, but I'm trying to get there. I've been to a couple of shows with the OCB. I've been to in New York City. I've been to the I'm sorry, the Big Apple, and I went to Atlantic City with the Double Down. So yeah, that's my first experience. I went there out of curiosity. I was interviewing somebody, and they competed in OCB, and I was like, let me check this out because it's right near my corner. So yeah, that's how I started kind of getting into OCB, talking to OCB competitors. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So what would not go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
No, that's how they get you. I went to see a show first too, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. No more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I notice, they're more friendly, they're more friendly environment and stuff. And, they award people, like, especially if like the crew, helping, with the lighting or, setting certain things up. And yeah, I noticed that they award people whether they competing or not competing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's like everybody's a winner. It seemed more friendly, so in there, family oriented and stuff. Because I do see regular people, then somebody like in like the IFBB or something like that. It's more you. I see in my experience, I've seen more bodybuilders in as the audience than regular people.
Mhm.
So yeah. So what was like preparing for your first show? Like did you had a coach along the way? I'm assuming you did.
I did. Her name was Heather, and she was there for me every step of the way. It actually took me 3 years, almost 3 years, to get from the very, very beginning to where I was now because I didn't just start bodybuilding and then step on stage. I actually left and came back a number of times because life just got busy and it pulled me away, which I know isn't great to say, but like we bought a house, we moved a few times. There were just a lot of life changes that happened there. So I had to revisit bodybuilding before I was able to start prep and then complete my show. But
Yeah.
It was wonderful, and I have a whole new respect for athletes who power through those life changes and still commit to their plan and still show up every day because it's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, yeah. And you're also married. Is this your husband, I'm assuming?
Yes, that is my handsome honey. That's Solomon.
Okay. Like what was his reaction when you wanted to you know do bodybuilding? Like I'm assuming he went to your shows and he probably cheered for you.
Not only did Solomon go to my shows, he was my number one supporter. When I told him I wanted to do bodybuilding, he responded with, "Heck yeah, go for it. I'll do whatever it takes to get you there." And he didn't just go to my show, he had my bags packed. He did my meal preps for me. He was there with me in the gym, showing up all the time. Drove me to my shows, made sure I had my hair and nail appointment. So Solomon was really he was the deciding factor between my failure and my success in bodybuilding. So
That's good. That's good. For I'm hear stories, that, it's not always easy, getting support from loved ones, family members, or friends. Some people kind of split up because of it, surprisingly. Yeah, it's different. Do you know anybody that encountered that um in their bodybuilding journey?
unfortunately, I do. I know quite a few, and it's shocking to me because we see, partners will have insecurities that surface, or oddly enough, the one that I noticed was the in laws were getting involved, which to me was
Mhm.
very, it is a revealing sport. You have to be very conscientious of your body and you have to be comfortable. And her in laws were not comfortable and it didn't work out for them. But I was lucky.
Mhm.
I have my parents on board, his parents, everyone around me, even my coworkers were like, yeah, go do it. So,
That's pretty good.
well,
Yeah.
because they were in my corner.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty, yeah, you need a support system with that. Do you have like a team? Like you have a coach, but you have other athletes competing along with you?
I do. None in my particular show, but they're all over
Mm.
the and 7 of them are competing at the Big Sky Championships in Montana tomorrow and Saturday. So, wish them luck. We love to see the
Okay.
pursuit they're doing because it's all Heather. She's changing people's lives, and we stay friends forever, even outside of bodybuilding. Some of the
Right.
photos are women that I still stay in contact with, and you build those lifelong relationships.
That's good. That's good. That's pretty good. Yeah, yes, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a tough sport, you need the support as you come along. Excuse my stuttering. Yeah. Yeah, like what do you do outside? I know you do archery and you hike and to unwind outside of bodybuilding.
Who is there ever an unwinding outside of bodybuilding?
Um,
Kidding. I actually started off in archery. A little fun fact: I
mm,
competed in archery, and I was the Idaho State champion for the state of Idaho for 8 consecutive years. And I was really passionate about it, and I still am. And that's what I do to unwind. And I go to the mountains, and it's quiet. And I compete regularly. I'll be competing again in August. And doing archery, I actually developed a very defined back muscle. So when I entered the bodybuilding industry, I was met with a lot of, would you be more better suited in the figure class or in the physique class. And I thought, no, I want to do wellness for sure. So I worked my
Mm,
tail off to build that lower body definition because my back was done. It was ready to go.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, yeah, wellness is a unique division. You know, I know that you have to the lower body has to be bigger than the upper body, from what I know. Yeah, so do you want to just remain in wellness? That's the right division for you at this time? Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. And you also you're competing in 6 months.
Yes. So I'm taking this time
Okay.
at lower body. Like I said, when I was hitting the gym, my upper body was more defined faster than I thought it would be because I
Okay.
always build there, but I want to hit lower body hard and come back and win my pro card.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not easy. Well, you know, the OCB, I don't think it's that. I don't know. You know, I don't think it's so tough to not get your pro card. I was talking to a young lady. She did her second show and she got her pro card. But I know everybody's different. But I know the NPC. It's really tough for somebody competing and getting a pro card. So would you want to? Well, you already did NPC. Would you still want to go back to the NPC and compete if you had the choice?
I think so. I've decided after experiencing both industries, I would like to ultimately return to both. Um, there are pros and cons to each industry, and my personality type, I can mesh with both. So I figured I'm going to take it and run with it.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go back to the archery thing. Like so you're really good at that, huh? Like yeah. I was watching, so I think I was watching a show and they it was this archery, like something about, archery, like in Japan they do that. And it's like really good concentration and stuff. I never did archery, so I just seen it on TV. And it's this superhero. He's called the Green Arrow. He's an archer and stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
watching.
So yeah, yeah. That. Well, I mean, that, like, how is that for you? Like, I know besides the competitive, the competitive side, but how is it like in general? Like, does it get your mind off of things like how bodybuilding is, or is it more what's the word? Yeah, I mean, is it like melodic? I don't know the word I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. Like, are you? Is it a meditation, like a meditated state when you do that? Because I know it's more of a focus, and then you got to hit the target and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like so you won some titles doing that.
Yeah, just a few. I spent 4 years placing state in the girls division, and then 4 years when I aged up into the women's division. I
Mm.
actually I beat my own mom because we were competing in the same division at that point, but no hard feelings. She's like, I raised a winner, and she was right. So I'm not good at many things, but I'm not a bad shot. I learned. So
Mm.
archery, it's it's a safe space for me mentally, emotionally, physically, where I can be in the mountains and I can be in the quiet and I can really focus intrinsically, not just what's happening with my body, but my mind too.
Yeah, that's good. Now walk me with the competitions, like how many people that you have to go up against in that.
Um, It depends and it varies from year to year, but in the girls category, when I was under 18, it averaged anywhere from about 20 to 40 girls. And then in the women's division, it was about 30 to 40 women as well too.
Okay. Do you gotta be like physically fit to do that, or I don't know.
Definitely. So the way they have it set up is they have 3D archery targets set up out in the wilderness, like outdoors. And you have to be able to hike the terrain and carry all of your equipment with you. And I compete traditionally. So there are three major bows that essentially you can choose from. The compound is the one that you see with all the gears and the mechanisms, but the
Mhm.
longbow, the recurve are traditional, and that's what we see in Native American culture. So I compete traditional with the longbow and the recurve, meaning I don't
Oh,
kind of I don't use any additions, no enhancements. Um, it's just a stick bow. So you carry all of your equipment with you, and it's a long, hot day, but we make it work.
wow, okay. How long you stay out in the wilderness?
So competing for state is an all-day event, sun up to sundown.
Oh, oh, okay. I'm assuming it's not really like televised or anything like that. Nah. Yeah. Is it boring? Like if you was like a spectator, would you be bored to watch other people do? th- Yeah, that you grinning. So I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but such a peaceful, intrinsic sport. It's easy to fall asleep. It's easy to just let your mind wander. And if you're like me, you want to go out and you want to explore the wilderness. So spectating
Yeah.
can be rough.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. With like in bodybuilding, like how many competitors were on stage with you? Was it like three or not that many? Like what either NPC or OCB?
So NPC was actually packed. We had probably anywhere between 30 to 40 women. And then the
Yeah.
OC, they said, was actually a small year for us. I didn't compete with Salt Lake last year, but this year they said they had 11 women. And last year they had 40 or 50. So I don't know what changed, but yes, us 11 girls actually all became good friends through the OCB.
Yeah, that's good. And what class again were you in? Were you in a class in wellness?
Yes, I was in the Wellness Open.
Oh, okay. Like, what was it like A, B, or something like that? Because I know they do the letters like class A, class B, class C. But I mean that's bikini. Uh, uh, um, I think the bikini mostly do that. With the classes and stuff. Do they do that in wellness? I forgot.
I'm
I
so
think.
sorry. I think I lost you there for a minute.
Oh, okay. Can you? Am I good now?
All right. Sorry, I think I lost you there for a minute.
Am I good now? Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Did I just
Can you hear
lose you?
me? Am I still the picture still or anything like
Hmm.
that? I'll come back and come back in, okay? See, oh, well, let me show some pictures. I don't know what happened. This is her in action. So yeah, she has a nice physique. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, and I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened,
Um.
but we're back.
Okay. Yeah. This is you and competing. Yeah.
Yep, that's me in the wellness category.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a nice physique. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay. Yeah. You have a nice physique. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Like, how far do you see? How? Yeah. No problem. How far do you see yourself competing?
I see myself competing as long as I can. I'd like to take a break to have eventually, but um, I be a lifelong sport for me.
Okay. Like before bodybuilding, did you had any knowledge of it a bit? Like or any idea like people like Arnold Schwarzenegger or so
Yes,
another female bodybuilder or anything like that that kind of inspired you?
I was a big Ronnie Cole, and I still am. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
all Ronnie, so I idolized
Yeah.
him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be picking up those heavy weights. I mean, it was to a point where, it kind of messed him up a bit, you know, yeah, for a while. So yeah, picked up the weights. I used to grow up with Dorian Yates, Lee Haney, and other people. I forgot their names. I'm not great at names. Well, not really Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I used to watch his movies and stuff like that. But yeah, I seen Pumping Iron, and yeah. They also got Pumping Iron too. I don't know if you ever seen that one with the women. Nah, I had a feeling you was gonna say no. Usually the women mostly they like the men more. They focus more on the men than the women and stuff like that. So yeah, but it came out like in 1984 or 1984, and it takes place from the 1983 Miss Olympia when they first had it, and the winner at the time was Rachel McLish. I think she won it, or Carla Dunlap, one of those two. And it introduced Beth Francis. She was a power lifter that turned into into a bodybuilder. And at the time, they didn't really they was trying to figure out the women's bodybuilding, where the how their look, and she didn't have that average look. They kind of they didn't really go for her look because she was a bit bulky. You know, some they the idea was with her that she almost looked like a man. That's the easy way, the simple way of me saying it. And so yeah, so she at that show she placed eighth, and the audience they didn't like her the idea that she placed that low, because she did a good performance in her routine at that show. So yeah, yeah. I'm sorry if I made a big long explanation about it, but I was just giving you a synopsis about the show. If you wanted to watch it, but a lot of I've talked to some women bodybuilders. They really don't. They really never looked at it. They just watched Pumping Iron, the first Pumping Iron. But yeah, so
I'll check it out.
yeah, thank. Yeah. So like so what do you do like in occupation? Like are you a fitness trainer or anything like that?
I'm actually not. I'm going back to school to get my master's degree in education because I work in the school system with high schoolers all day.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
it made for a very interesting experience because my students had no idea I was competing. So they found the social media, and we had to kind of navigate that a lot because they were like, "Oh boy, this is a little weird," but all been supportive to every single student.
Okay. What was weird to them about it? Like because they seen you on stage or pictures of you? Oh, okay.
Yes, seeing Ashley
They,
in a swimsuit, I think was a little shocking at first. But like, yeah, this is awesome. She's the best, and I would love it if they would come to a show, but I know that's not a great idea. So
yeah.
we'll
If if it's guys, if it's guys students, they'll probably be like, "Wow, she's hot" on the down low and stuff like that. you know.
yeah, we've come up before and appropriate. It helps that my also a sports coach, so he's there in the mix saying, "Don't do that."
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's good. But what do you teach? What kind of curriculum you teach?
Actually, I'm a counselor, so I work a
Oh,
lot with setting up class schedules and working with students one on one.
oh, okay. Oh, also you tutor them with like math if they're having problems with math or something. Oh,
I
you're like a guidance counselor?
Yes, a resource counselor. So
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
I got you. You kind of in and out. That I'm sorry, you was a bit in and out. I don't know.
There we go. Yes, I
Okay.
don't teach, but I did get my education in personal training. I explored the thought of being a personal trainer on the side, and then I realized, it was another ball I felt like I had to juggle. So it's something that we pushed to the back burner. And I think I'll probably never use it because I would prefer to just kind of focus on one career.
Right. Right. But do you do have some knowledge on like well I'm assuming like you have knowledge on dieting and stuff like that and you know I gotta wait till she coming.
All right.
Okay. No, I was asking like so I'm assuming like you have some knowledge on dieting and nutrition and stuff like that, right? Okay. Yeah. I have a video that I would like to play. It's about bench eating and stuff. Check it out and you give your thoughts on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a nutritionist
Yeah.
with a binge eating disorder, here's something I would never tell you to do. Go to bed hungry. I see a lot of people telling other people to go to bed hungry as a way to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you have a binge eating problem, you absolutely should not be going to bed hungry. You should be addressing that hunger because hunger is a biological cue. What happens when you're hungry is dopamine is rising. So when you do eat, food is going to become more rewarding. We want to break that. Ghrelin, your hunger hormone, is also rising. Your body becomes in this more reactive state. So your nervous system capacity, your ability to regulate around food decreases. When I examine my binge eating behaviors in context of the 6 key patterns I'm telling you guys to always think about, whenever I get hungry, I am at risk for binge eating. And I know this about myself, so I address this and I respect it. And so, for example, yesterday I had a full, nourishing meal and it was 9 p.m. and I was hungry and I was like, do I go to bed hungry or do I eat? It didn't even take me 2 seconds. I ate another meal because I knew that I had a hard workout and it was the start of my period. So I said, okay, maybe this is actually real hunger. And I had one meal. I didn't binge eat, I had one extra meal. And what that actually did was that increased safety within my body because my body was giving me this hunger cue and I fed it. So now my body knows, okay, when we're hungry, we're going to be fed, and that creates safety. And then so that's how I'm healing my relationship with food, is because I'm making my body feel safe. I'm feeding it when it feels hungry. I'm not fighting it. And that's what's going to help your binge eating over time. Because, okay, guys, maybe I ate an extra 400 calories. Guess what? I didn't eat an extra 10,000 calories. And over time, my nervous system is feeling safer with me because I'm letting it know when we're hungry, you will be fed. I'm not fighting it. That is incredibly empowering for reducing binge eating behaviors.
Yeah, oh, do you go through that like with your prep or something like with binge eating, or do you know anybody that had that binge eating experience?
I know quite a few people who suffered from binge eating and just overall eating disorders in general during the bodybuilding. I can say I struggled with it. I did struggle with food noise a lot too. Those cravings were really easy to break, and craving certain foods in particular. It was really, really difficult for me to adjust to my meal plan and decide my favorite foods for later. But I was fortunate. I never struggled with eating disorder, but I worked closely with my doctor as well too. So during the bodybuilding, there was like hormone checking. I got my blood tested regularly to make sure everything was functioning normally, and just staying in contact with my doctor to make sure that I was still progressing in bodybuilding, but maintaining a healthy, sustainable lifestyle to go on and have kids one day and still just normally one day. Um, I actually ended up struggling with brain fog. It's the worst thing that
Mm.
I've ever been hit with. Is I'd be in the middle doing my lifting and I'd forget what I was doing. Like I'm in the middle of the exercise and I would forget what I was doing. So my kind of took a hit, or my mentality kind of took a hit there. Um, but no eating disorders on my end. So
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
be careful
yeah, I'm
about that
yeah.
with the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about the brain fog thing. Sometimes, my mind, it kind of slips away a bit too. I gotta, yeah, I notice that sometimes I'll forget certain things. Yeah. So, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? You seem very young, like in the early 30s.
I am. I turned 32 this year.
Oh, wow. And you get the brain fogs like that? Wow.
I do. And it was, my doctor called it food noise. When I would have this brain fog, I'd be fixated on like a treat or like a milkshake or just my cheat meal, that I couldn't think about anything else. I would forget everything, holding on to the thought of this one treat that I can have on
Oh,
the day.
wow. Would you say that's like a negative effect with being a bodybuilder, or I don't know.
Um, for me personally, it was the brain fog was definitely a negative side effect, but it didn't last very long. For me, I think it was
Okay.
more because I was so
Okay.
desperate for my peak week that once I did my reverse and I got my carbs in my system, a lot of my brain fog came back um, as I age, but I'm pretty sure that's just part of being a young adult.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I mean, like the thing I probably dealt with is overeating and stuff. So yeah, that's my thing. Just trying to be consistent in eating, like what's the word I'm looking for? Eat more healthier. That's the simple way of me saying that. Like without too much carbohydrates and sugar and yeah, stuff like that. That get fat. I'll get fat a little bit. So I'm trying not to do that. So so yeah. Yeah. Like like with your family, would you say that they're more inspired with their eating habits? With
Absolutely.
you?
This,
Okay.
yeah, it was a lifestyle change for all of us. Like I said, my husband made me make my meal preps. He did the majority of the prep, and as he's, helping me prepare food for my week, he was making his as well too. So my husband actually went on to lose about 13 pounds in body fat while I was on prep because he was
Oh, okay.
right there beside me. And I inspired a lot of people. That sounds very self centered to say, but we see people who fell out of touch with, their hobbies and the things they like to do in their athletics. This encouraged them to come back. So I know quite a few people that are getting involved in CrossFit and cycling now because, you know, it's easy to do it when you have someone there to help you.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, yeah. Do you think he'll hit the stage one of these days?
I don't think anybody will hit the stage. I don't think they
Yeah.
love that.
It's not for everybody.
I'll
Yeah,
definitely be.
it's not for everybody. I think the important thing is he's exercising and eating right, you know. So, you know, so with this upcoming show, what's the name of the show that you're gonna be doing?
The Idaho Classic through OCB,
The,
the Gem State.
the Idaho Classic. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is good. This is well, amateurs. Is it amateurs or is it both amateurs and pros?
Yes, it will be both with amateur competing Saturday, pros on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wish you good luck on that. Yeah. Yeah. What's your workout routine like? I'm sorry to not mention that, ask you that. Like, what do you do? Like you just more focus on the legs and do squats and you don't really do work on the upper body and nothing like that.
So I exercise 5 days a week with 45 minutes of stair stepper cardio after every session. And I hit body. I have 2 full lower body days and then a full body day where I also include lower body. So if we're technical, I hit lower body about 3 days a week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good. Yeah, you think your legs are your legs more big with the calves? I mean, with not the calves, with the quads.
Yes, I
Yeah,
wear pants.
yeah, yeah. Are you familiar with any wellness competitors that you like?
I am. I have so many. Um, oof, it's overwhelming. I'm like they're all amazing, and that's what I love about the wellness
Yeah.
division is not just one girl over the other. Like I saw no mean girl behaviors when I was in my division. Everybody, like
Mm.
all the showed up and they were loved. So I wish I could name just one, but really it's like all the wellness women. Good for them because they don't just bring it physically, they bring it mentally and emotionally too.
Yeah. Only thing that comes to my mind is this competitor. Her name is Lily Dong. She's a IFBB pro. Yeah, she's yeah. That's what comes to my mind because I used to like share her videos and stuff. So yeah, she comes to my mind. There's some that do, but you know, sometimes they slip to my mind. It's a lot of them to for me to kind of memorize their names. But yeah, the wellness division, yeah, yeah, it's a pretty cool division. Yeah, very attractive women that compete. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that's like a sport that I would say that showcase the beauty of female bodybuilders, you know, if I can say that. So yeah.
I would agree. I think they all showcase in their own way, but I relate to the wellness division so much as a woman that even though it's bodybuilding, I feel my most feminine and I feel the most connected to myself. And I wellness is a relatively new division. It hasn't been around for very long.
Right.
So to see how far it's come and like these amazing physiques that it's producing is just like you got to hand it to the bodybuilding industry. They knew what they were doing making the wellness division because it's just exploding.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there was a point, you know, in bodybuilding, you know, it was popular during the 80s and 90s, and after a while, it was less popular because, you know, you know, especially with the enhanced competitors, you know, they would kind of be perceived as looking mannish. And you know, so I think they wanted a division that showcased more feminine, you know, than more masculine. So I think that's why you see all these divisions: bikini, fit model, and wellness, you know. So yeah, yeah. I've been to a show, the NPC Mr. Universe, and they had like this was past July 4th, and they had fit model, bikini, and wellness. So yeah, so I didn't know any of the competitors, but so some of but some of them got their pro cards. A lot of them they get their pro cards at that. It was an NPC show. So yeah, yeah. I
It's good.
might, huh?
Oh, I was going to say it's good to see the fit model coming into the industry as well too because at the shows fit model has drastically changed the dynamic of shows in a good way. So
Mm,
I'm excited to see how that one grows too. It's not for me, but I love it.
yeah,
I'm happy to see it there. I'm glad you got to see one.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people not too crazy about it. You probably be aware, you might aware of it, but a lot of people, especially like hardcore bodybuilding fans, because you know there's a lot of devotion to the women bodybuilders, and they don't get that many shows. Their shows have been cut, so you know a lot of them not really feeling fit model like that. But I mean, it's nothing nobody can do about that. So you know, so yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to take you hostage. I really appreciate you sharing your fitness journey. Yeah. Is there like any advice you can give to somebody that want to start their bodybuilding journey?
Absolutely. I would say go for it. The only place you can go with bodybuilding is up. Like it's just continuous improvement. So start today, start tomorrow, and make it your happy space because your life will only improve. And don't hesitate to reach out with questions, comments, concerns. Like, I think as a bodybuilder, one of the best things that you can do is just have other people's back. It can be a lonely sport if you're not careful because
Yeah.
it's an interpersonal sport. So find your people and find your happiness and just stick to it.
Well, thank you again, and I hope we talk in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for supporting all of the female athletes out there.
I try. I appreciate you giving me your input. Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a
All
good
right.
night. Talk to you soon.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.